The better team doesn't always win the trophy. Instead, what it does is capture the hearts and minds of an entire nation, the baseball fraternity, and the fan brethren. I feel so happy and content watching my team play in the World Series on November the 2nd, being loved and admired by so many worldwide. So, thank you to the Toronto Blue Jays for giving me a fulfilling and exhilarating ride to remember.
Let's go Blue Jays!
Don't you just love the fall? I mean, it gives you a chance to sit at home and get all cozy with snacks and beer and watch the World Series. Just like the Yankees.
Yankees lose!
After my dog ate all of my pronouns, he, she, it, everywhere. Why are frogs such good baseball players? 'Cause they're great at catching flies. What's the difference between a Yankees fan and a baby? The baby stops whining and crying after a while.
Yankees lose!
A man walks into a sperm bank and he notices a man who had just walked out of one of them cubicles, and he decides to start a conversation with them. He says, so do you come here often? The man replies, only when the internet's off. Oh! After seeing this, you'll never, and I mean never, look at candy corn the same again. And if you do eat candy corn, we're all just gonna assume that you eat crayons and candles too.
I wanna love you.
Did you know that beanbag chairs are actually Venus flytraps for anyone over 50? Don't you find it just a bit weird that we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" when we're already there?
Let's go Blue Jays!
One morning, while she was making breakfast, the local fitness freak walked up behind his wife, grabbed a good chunk of her ass and said, "You know, babe, if you firm this up a bit, we could get rid of that girdle Spanx thingy that you wear." This felt a little bit over the line, but the wife controlled herself and replied only with silence. Next morning, the man woke his wife up by grabbing a strong handful of her breast and said, "You know, hon, if you firmed these up a bit, we could get rid of all of your bras." And that was just a bit too far and over the line, so the wife rolled over and grabbed him by the penis, maintaining a nice strong grip on it while she whispered in his ear, "You know, dear, if you grew this manhood just a bit thicker and just a bit bigger, we could get rid of the mailman, the pool man, the gardener, and your what's about 5 inches long and starts with a P. Bowel movements. What do you call 2 jalapenos having sex? Fucking hot. How do they say fuck you in Las Vegas? Trust me. How many mice does it take to screw in a light bulb? 2, if they're small enough. What's the difference between Yankee Stadium hot dog and a Toronto Blue Jay Stadium hot dog? You can buy a Blue Jay Stadium hot dog in October.
Let's go Blue Jays!
Comedy's a tough gig, man, let me tell you. I've got friends who got cool jobs. Like one of my friends, he's a big porn star now. And guess how he got discovered? He was at a strip club one night and this girl was sitting on his lap and was like, "Oh wow, you should do porn." Amazingly, the same exact girl 2 years later sat on my lap and was like, "Oh, you should tell jokes."
What you talking about, Willis?
That moment when you hear a strange, weird sound in the house and you're so tired and lazy that you think, whatever, I had a good run. I'm at the age now where I appreciate a nice handrail. You ever notice that November doesn't have afternoons? It's just morning until about 2:30 or so, and then nighttime. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Soon you'll start at 5 p.m. Just once in my life, I'd like to clock out of work by sliding down a huge dinosaur. I know that I'm now getting old when I say, "What you talking about, Willis?" And nobody knows what I'm talking about. What you talking about, Willis? When your big girl panties just aren't doing the job any longer, slap on those granny ones and get her done. After a year of listening to people talk with masks on, I finally understood what Charlie Brown's teacher was saying. Tony Toon's math question of the day. If George is 69 years old and his girlfriend is 24 years old, how much money does George actually have? And God said to Adam, I've got some good news and some bad news. First, the good news. I've given you a brain and a penis. The bad news is I've only given you enough blood to work one at a time. They call me Mr. Distracted, truly a spastic. Can't talk to my folks 'cause they say I'm problematic. But I'm really fantastic. Can't focus unless I take my meds, and then it's like magic. My brain is like traffic. It's always fucking active, but never at the right time, which makes it partly tragic. What do masturbation and brain damage have in common? After a few strokes, there's no going back. A drunk walks into a crowded bar and takes the last bar stool next to an older woman. After a while, the woman starts to smell this horrible odor coming from the direction of the drunk man. So she turns to him and says, "Excuse me, mister, but did you just shit yourself?" And the drunk replied, "Yes, ma'am, I have indeed shit myself." The woman says, "Well, why don't you go somewhere and clean yourself up?" The drunk says, "'Cause I'm not finished yet." An old man and his wife had gone to bed, and after laying there for a few minutes, the old man farts and says, 7 points. His wife rolls over and says, "What in the world was that?" The old man replied, "It's fart football." A few minutes later, the wife lets one go and says, "Touchdown, tie game." After about 5 minutes, the old man farts again and says, "Touchdown, I'm ahead, 14-7. Not to be outdone, the wife rips another one and says, "Touchdown, tie score." About 15 seconds go by and she lets out a little squeaker and says, "Field goal, I lead, 17-14. Now the pressure's on, and the old man refuses to get beat by a woman. So he strains really hard, but to no avail. Realizing a defeat is totally unacceptable, he gives it everything he's got. But instead of farting, he poops the bed. The wife looks at him and says, "What the heck was that?" And the old man replies, "Half time, switch sides."